to be. And I'm really excited to share what I have in store. But before, let's do a recap of the first 2 weeks, because some of us were not here in the last week session. And it's nice to connect the dots. So we started this journey by trying to understand that why we are always looking at joy and kushi. Like everybody says, stay positive. Everybody says chin up. But pain is equally a part of life, right? So why are we denying, or why are we suppressing it? And when pain comes, why are we trying to run away from it? Whether the running away is painkiller, or it is food, alcohol, shopping, books, films, anything. But you're occupying your mind with something other than pain because you want to go away from pain, because it's unpleasant. But it's a part of a process of communication from the mind and the body. And we know mind body are connected. We know that through our ancient scriptures. We know that through our experience. If we have stress, our body starts like nausea, headache. It's all connected. So the question I am again asking you all and myself, why we have to hide pain from others and from ourselves? We say, like if somebody, we never cry, like men especially never cry in public. When I cry, like my brother says, you're so emotional. We always give label to people who express their emotions. Okay, the same thing is anger. This I really like, that crying and shouting are actually connected. One is you're shouting for not understanding the pain, why the pain is there, and hence the crying is a form of shouting, but a very different form. And actual shouting is again a form of crying. Help me, I can't understand. That's why I'm losing my temper, because I don't have clarity. I don't know why I got angry. I don't know why this small thing. In the end, apa hamesha कहने हैं ना, 5 घंटे बाद, 5 मिनट बाद, after 5 minutes, after 5 hours, 5 days, we say, यार मैं ऐਵੇਂ कानू मैं ऐਵੇਂ हो जाना औखा या मैं हो जानी आ. I tell myself why I am getting angry. It was so small, but at that time, it's the biggest thing for me or for us. Why? So the understanding was missing. Hence, the tears or the crying or the shouting. And with understanding, we can hold that pain because the confusion is no longer there. The same is for the body. The confusion that is my, like, oh, my tooth is hurting, mainu kuch hota nahi kya, my leg is hurting, my back is hurting, my kidney, my liver, my shoulder. It's the confusion that hurts us more than the actual pain. Confusion matlab, is this connected to my life? Am I somehow going to suffer? Is it dangerous? Mainu koi khatra ta nahi. Jiਵੇਂ ਹੁਣੇ you were telling of a story of someone who died from something. So we don't want to die. One thing, all of us. The second thing is we want to live happily with a smile. Third thing is we want clarity. And sometimes we don't know what we want, but this is what my understanding I'm sharing with you, that we want clarity. And you can ask questions, but let me present once. If we want clarity, then we should seek clarity to connect the dots for us. And at the moment when we are shouting or when we are crying or when we are in pain, it's very difficult to get clarity because it's a crisis situation. On crisis, which I'll tell you, put a mud bag, your pain will go away. Actually, it will go away, go less. But if you've never experienced mud pack, you'll be like, just, are you making fun of my pain? You'll be so angry, even more, right? So, what do we have to do is what we are recapping from week 1 and week 2. We said we have to learn तैरना सीखना है, उछलदे पानी दे विच नहीं, calm waters. ਜਦੋਂ health ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਉਦੋਂ we have to look after the health. Preventative, not ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ SOS ਹੈ, ਉਦੋਂ ਹੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਖਿਆਲ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਹੈ, which we always do. But that's how wisdom comes. ਉਹੀ ਅਕਲ, ਉਹੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਗਿਆਨ ਹੌਲੀ ਹੌਲੀ. Be, if we don't practice every day, like journalism, like writing, like driving, you'll forget it. If you don't drive 2 years, you'll be a little rusty. Hana? The same, you're not cooking. Men don't usually cook, so you don't know. But if I, who have been teaching cooking lessons, have not been cooking, I know because my staff was doing it. I am rusty, because I was not doing it myself, who have been teaching for 10, 12 years, but I was not doing it in the last few years myself. I don't know with you or who I was talking with, that Djokovic, the number 1 tennis player, or was or is, or he's always in the top 3, Djokovic, he says, he's written a book that in a week, I will always cook 2 days meals myself. That helps his health. He's doing it for his healing and his health. He says the connection between my hands and my food when I'm cooking is very important for my digestion. I have seen it. That's my experience. That's what he's sharing. I have seen the connection between what you are sowing and what you're growing, and then you are harvesting it, and then you are eating it. It's really prasad, and that's how prasada was born. What I am trying to share today in this way, these workshops. So those oranges, the tree was planted by me, the kinnu you had last time. I just can't tell you the joy. It's immeasurable. And when I give it to someone, it's beyond, it's something like I grew it. These are the fruits. It's something beyond. So imagine that connection we are missing in our day-to-day lives because we have outsourced our food. Na pa uga rahe hain, na pa bana rahe hain. Even women, we are not making on the pretext that I have to do classes. I was just talking to my brother and he's like, you're okay, your health is okay. I'm like, yeah, only when I eat outside, I'm not okay. But I have classes. But what are my classes? They're all about healing and health. And why I'm eating outside? Because I have lost touch. Because I had this notion that if somebody else makes, then I have the time to do the classes. But one day or the other, that person is going to go on leave. There's someone is going to die. There's some marriage is going to happen. They're going to go on leave, like we saw in COVID. Then you're helpless again. So my gift to you and to myself, I want it to be this independence of all kinds of dependencies. Ishara samjho. And all kinds of doctors, all kinds of authorities, all kinds of books. The dependence and the connection has to be within, because that's really where all wisdom is there. Hana? Jyot, everyone has that. And how to develop this, what I have realized for my life, I'm sharing. For you, it can be the same, it can be different, maybe this, maybe that, you can mix and match. But the number 1 thing that helped me in my journey personally was not food, matlab eating. It was growing. As I have shared before on other platforms, that I started by sowing seeds, not knowing what to do. I knew I don't want to be a CA. I don't want to do my financial corporate career in London as my life. I didn't see that as my life. I did it 2 years, 3 years, but then it was very clear. That's when I went to travel in Auroville. I spent 1 year. And that's where I first time put hands in soil. And we were growing, planting, and we were weeding, from the nursery. We were taking out the extra growth. And my life changed. And so I took a sabbatical for 2 years, saying that I don't know what I want to do, but I'm going to find something with meaning, with matlab, with what you were also saying earlier, where your connection is there with your heart and you're not lying and you're not making rich people richer. Hana? And this journey was just for the, just like in between, I said I'll pass my time by planting some seeds while I find that I really want to do, or it will find me. And when I, the first plant, the first seed, and when it came out into the sapling, and then I started seeing how the brinjal looks, how the pumpkin looks, how the plants look when you grow them, and how the fruits come, it was for me a transformation. And that's why this week we are going to start the activity of sowing seeds. Okay. And we're going to see how so we're going to do a meditation now. So let's close our eyes. And let's close our eyes. He's still on his way. And just imagine yourself. I mean, you cannot close because you're driving, that's okay. But later on, you can listen to the recording. And just imagine yourself as a seed. And now somebody has planted you into soil. And just feel the darkness, the complete darkness in the soil. And just feel how you are feeling inside. You are a seed. Just connect to that energy. And now something moves within you. It's been a few hours since you were planted into the ground. And that movement is happening, and there is some pressure building up. There is something breaking the cover, the outer cover that you have as a seed. And with this pressure, there is some pain happening. And this movement happens from within you. A tiny new growth is growing outwards. You're still under the ground and you have not found yourself above the surface of the ground, but this growth has started from your, you can almost imagine from your belly. So imagining yourself as a seed in the ground with this new growth. Almost at the same time, there is a growth upwards. And at the same time, you can feel another breaking, another pressure building up with the growth that is going downwards deeper into the soil. So there are two forces moving outwards from you. One is going upwards, one is going downwards. And you continue to feel this pain and this pressure because so much activity is happening within you. And whatever you had with the darkness of the soil, with the moisture, you are now using the resources within you because you were always full of that you needed, the food that you needed to make the seed grow. And now you are a sapling above the ground and you're growing by centimeters every day, and you're getting the sunlight for the first time. You're feeling that on your body, and you're becoming green with photosynthesis, and at the same time the upward movement is happening. There's a downward movement going from within you that's increasing, expanding, and becoming so long, your roots, holding your shoot, the area, the growth above the ground. And now you've become almost 1 feet tall. And there are lots of animals, birds, people around you. Notice how you feel, because you're still not strong enough that anything can bump into you and you won't die. And you're still and you're not that weak that just anyone can't see you, because you are now 1 feet tall above the surface, so people can see you. Notice how you feel. Is there any fear? And do you have the strength to rely, to trust your roots? And do you keep growing those roots further, even if people cannot see the visible growth above the surface, but your roots are becoming stronger, deeper, and expanding? And now you're growing upwards once again. You're growing higher and higher and higher. And now you're growing some branches. And lovely colors of your leaves are expanding in all directions. And now some goats are coming. Some sheep are coming to nibble on your leaves. And the occasional horse is also there. And yet there are no flowers. Notice the season you are in. Notice the temperature, the wind, the direction of the wind. And now the seasons are changing. There is cold wind blowing from the North Pole, and you are feeling like letting go of your leaves, and they are shedding, falling to the ground. And now you have hardly any leaves left. How does that feel? Are you aware of the changes in the weather affecting your ability to hold the leaves? Are you aware of the temperature changes making you protect your inner trunk and let go of the outermost leaves on the outermost branches? Notice what happens to the leaves as they fall on the ground. You are now this huge, tall, 15 feet tall tree. And now the winters are almost coming to an end. You have rested, you have saved, you have protected your inner reserves, your inner energy. There were no flowers from you, and there were no fruits, and there were hardly any leaves, yet you were living, deepening your roots, becoming taller day by day. Those outside could not make out whether you were growing or not, yet you knew that you were. And now this season of rest has ended, and the weather is again becoming warm. And now you're growing like you have never grown before. You're expanding and growing, and there is spring season coming, and you have flowers for the first time. Notice the color, notice the fragrance, and notice how you're feeling that you're flowering. Becoming aware that the season to give and use your reserves is coming, the season of summer. And you now grow the flowers into the first fruit that you ever grew. And notice how long your fruits stay green and unripe, and how they take time to become ripe. Take all these learnings with you as you transformed yourself from a seed to a sapling, to a tree with leaves and flowers, and how the flowers transformed into unripe fruits. And now notice the length of the time the fruit is taking to become yellow or red or orange, the color that signifies that it has ripened and it is sweet, it is no longer bitter. Just notice how long it takes. And feel the depth of your roots in the ground, supporting the length of your tree. It's almost as if as wide your roots are, is as wide your branches are. And taking all these learnings, absorbing them, I invite you back. Become aware of your feet. Gently move your toes, your fingers, and come back. When you feel ready, I invite you to open your eyes and join this circle. How are you feeling? Could you travel with the seed? Not much. Jungle wala with you. Koi nahi. We will do it slowly again. Some things connect naturally, some things take time. Could you travel? You could travel. Angad, could you travel? You can unmute.
Ma'am, again, voice is correctly.
Voice नहीं आ रही सीगी?
नहीं मैम, ਹੁਣ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੂੰਹ ਉਧਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ, ਜਦੋਂ ਇਸ ਸਾਈਡ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉਦੋਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ।
But
ਮਤਲਬ ਐਂਟਾਇਰ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਮੈਂ।
ਸਾਰੀ meditation ਤਾਂ ਐਵੇਂ ਹੀ ਸੀਗੀ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਉਹ ਮੈਡੀਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਸਾਰੀ ਠੀਕ ਸੀ, ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਧਰੋਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਤਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ।
Thank you, Angad. How was the meditation for you?
ਮੈਮ ਟੂ ਗੁੱਡ, ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਸੀ, ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ।
Okay, great.
ਮੈਮ ਨਾਟ ਆਡੀਬਲ ਅਗੇਨ, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮਾਈਕ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮਿਊਟ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ।
I'm so sorry. Yes, it was muted. Sorry. So this is what we're going to cover. We're going to cover that how sometimes mics are muted and you speak and then you have to speak again. Same way, sometimes you have to notice that without the opposite movement of the roots, you cannot have the upward movement of the tree. The same way, pain. Without the message of pain, you cannot know when to pull your hand out of the door. दरवाजे च आ जांदा है, आपां क्यों बाहर कड्डदे हां? When it's burn, why we pull it away? Because of pain. So pain is very, very important communicator from the body. And what do we do when we get pain? What do? We say, let us take a painkiller. Let us go for steam. Let us just do something quick and fix it, right? Let us look for emotional painkiller, which is watching TV, YouTube, talking to a friend. Tell me more things we do. Going shopping, eating, drinking, coffee, tea, also alcohol. What else?
Music.
Fighting is also painkiller. We take out the pain to somebody else. We vomit it instead of, what were you saying, Angad?
Ma'am, music.
Yeah, listening to music. See, music, shopping, everything is also part of taking care of ourselves, but not at the expense of hiding pain. Because that is the indicator for the direction we have to change of the car in a way. Hana? If you didn't get pain, you wouldn't know how to shift your lifestyle. If I didn't get pain, I wouldn't know how whatever I'm doing yesterday was not helping, right? And then if you didn't get pain, you won't remove your hand from the knife or wherever it got cut from. Hana? So in life, if there's birth, there'll be death. Without death, without those leaves composting, they can't feed the tree, and the death of the leaves is the birth of the new leaves in a way. So what do? We do not allow in our body the death, in our lives the death, the letting go. If something is not working, that is a news for us that we need to change, let go of the old. And without making that space, the new cannot come. So birth and death. What else? The roots move downwards and the tree moves upwards. What else in life can you see like these opposites? Give me some examples that have that, like दो जगह चल रहे हैं, opposites जा रहे हैं, किवें की हैगा? Rest and activity. We need rest, but we want to be active also. We want to be active, but we need rest also. So both at the same time sometimes. Hana? Yes, Angad, what do you say? Huh?
जी मैम
Share something?
I try to just divert my mind by going to Instagram or Facebook, these things.
So we covered in the beginning, and it's so nice that you are getting clarity that you are diverting your mind. Dekho, when
Yes,
we don't know that we are going in the wrong direction, we are not going to change the direction because we don't know. Like Donald Rumsfeld said, unknown, unknown. We didn't know we won't find weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. So we attacked Iraq, right? But we have to know the unknown, and the unknown we don't know. But if we know something that we didn't know before, we can start changing it, right? And that is what health and disease is what I'm trying to share today. The roots and the tree. What we see on top, we always say is the, like I have a tendency to have headaches. I have a tendency to like a weak kidney or a weak heart or thyroid or depression or diabetes. है ना? मेरी तो hereditary है, मेरी तो family छेगा, right? We say it like that, right? I am trying to invite something today to your consciousness, which is how the movement of body in health is the same as in disease. How? The same way that we are saying that wholeness and part, we want to go to a specialist, right? We say we have a eye problem, kidney problem, muscular issues. We go to a, the bone doctor or a gynecologist, है ना? Or a psychiatrist, है ना? The same way we are trying to see our body. When we are healthy and when we have a disease, we are trying to break it into different parts. But what I am trying to share is what health means in Nature Cure is life working in a body to clean itself is health. In a clean body to clean itself is health. And disease, life's activity in an unclean body is disease. ਉਹ ਮੈਲੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਬਿਮਾਰੀ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹੈਗੀ ਉਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਲਾਈਫ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ life never stopped working to clean itself. So hence, do you rather have disease or not have disease? Question. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬਿਮਾਰੀ ਹੋਏ ਕਿ ਨਾ ਹੋਏ क्यों? Trick question ਸੀਗਾ trick answer देता. What do you say? ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ देता. What do you say that ये सारा सीखा होया था वही बस वो vomit हो रहा है. Deep understanding, roots बनानी है. What I am asking is, do you want that you should get disease or do you always want to be healthy? This is my question, and this is gonna come back to the seed meditation. You want to be healthy? Line te aage. Angad and Anshu.
Healthy.
Huh?
I want to be healthy, man.
You don't want disease, and Anshu? I want to be healthy, but I think disease are the part of being healthy. That is how our body feels. So you're happy with disease? There are few diseases which are happy with disease. Okay, great. So this is what I wanted to share today. 99% of the diseases are there. They are happy diseases to heal the body. If you did not have pain, you would not know how to change. If you did not get the symptom of disease, you would not know that you have to change your lifestyle. So Disease is a life activity in an unclean body. When body unclean hai, the health sigi body clean sigi. So now you say you want a healthy body, you don't want disease. So you don't want cleaning to happen when you have toxic buildup. Work pressure, yeah, mental pressure builds toxins. It's the same thing. You know how? Little bit scientific, little bit philosophical. So we can combine that to make sense. So what is the way that body cleans itself? Actually, sleep. In the sleep, the body cleans itself. How it cleans itself? By sleeping. But now scientifically we know that there's a lymphatic system in the body. मेरी क्लास चल रही है, आप बोल रहे हो, माइक में से जा रहा है सब कुछ. So what happens in a sleep? In the sleep, the body is resting, and when the body is resting, doesn't have eating, doesn't have thinking, doesn't have walking. So what will it do? वो अपनी दिवाली दी साफ सफाई करेगी ना, क्योंकि ਉਹਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਉਹ ਕੰਮ नहीं हैगा ਕਰਨ ਨੂੰ कोई ਹੋਰ. So it will clear the backlog. What do you do when you have extra work to do? You take a day off, है ना? And if you don't have time, you don't do your extra cleaning, deep cleaning of the cupboard or house. Same for the body. It only happens at night. Same for the brain. Deep sleep is a way for the body to clean the brain, as in the memories, the thoughts, the events that happened. So in dreams, body decides, chooses, bhi ki rakhna hai, ki sutna hai, and makes sense of it. Hence the dreams are sometimes very weird, but body is trying to make sense through dreams of the events that happened in the day. And what happened in the day that did not help you? Yeah, you need a question? Yeah, go ahead.
Ma'am, you just told about the weird dreams. So, do they indicate something in our life, or is it just the natural process?
So that's a great question. This is what I wanted to share. Just wait 1 second. Sorry. So the presence of dreams in our lives is a very healing process. Why? They make sense of what our conscious mind, we control our lives a lot. We control who we will meet, we control what we will wear, what we will eat, what we will think. But in this control, we miss that holding of that pain, of that uncomfortable feeling. But the night time, the body is free, the mind is free. That is the time that body will assimilate, make it whole again. And in this way, what will happen is that we will get weird dreams sometimes. We can't make sense, but our subconscious, our beyond conscious mind can make sense of it. Like, I think I'm going to get very weird dreams about me talking during the class today. Because yeah, it's very difficult, to be present like that. But I am controlling myself. But at night, I think my whole imagination is gonna go loose. So what happens at night is our healing process. There's a lymphatic system of the brain that cleans the brain only at night. only when we are sleeping. Like I was saying, I was saying, very nice memory. Liver is the second brain. It only works when this first brain, which is the powerhouse, it switches off. Matlab, it will keep working, but it will take less energy from the conscious to the unconscious state. Subconscious, unconscious. When we are sleeping, we say unconscious? No, subconscious. Thank you. So, the lymphatic system, the liver, the rest of the functions of the body increase cleaning and repairing at night. So the sleep is very important, almost as much as so we was just talking about sleep, and Anshu's child is saying that she's feeling sleepy, so it was very fun. So sleep is so important. Sleep is so important. Why? Because in sleep we repair, we heal. But how much sleep is what I want to share today. Are you ready for this big revelation, which you didn't get in that video that you follow a lot? How much shall you sleep? Should you sleep? 8 hours. Angad?
7 hours.
Anshu, how much should we sleep? Okay, so Anshu says this is a question she's trying to figure out. So here is the dhamakedar news. We need to sleep 12 hours because most of us have backlog of healing. So to complete this backlog, we need 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of sleep. Do you know children grow the most when they sleep? So how can sleep be harmful for us? It's not harmful. But why in our society, किसी ਨੂੰ phone करो, अच्छा तू सुत्ता सी? नहीं, मैं नहीं सुत्ता सीगा. Like, why? And then you also feel very smart. So we need to understand how sleep is like gold, is like diamond, is like the only medicine that can heal us. My guru, Dr. Vijay Venkat, used to say, when in doubt, sleep and eat fruits. Any disease, any problem you have will balance itself. Anything. Sleep, eat fruits, sleep, eat fruits, sleep, eat fruits. That's all. But because we have to go to work, we live in a life where we have responsibilities, family, everyone. I'll take the question in a minute. We need to slowly build up the reserves of sleep. So what I used to do when I was in London, it was 9 to 5 job, very hectic. I was not happy doing what I was doing, although good social life, but I was exhausted. And that's what I've heard many people who do 9 to 5, they're exhausted. What I used to do, whole Saturday, I used to sleep in the morning to night, also night. And then Sunday I had the energy to wash my clothes, prepare the food. And because as you know, in England and Europe and Western countries, we prepare food on the weekend and we freeze it. And then you deep freeze it every day. That's supposed to be like progress, technology. So everyone there, that's what I started doing. That's how my health started going down. But fresh is the best, as we do in India. But sleep needs to be removed from apa onujo kenya bhi alsi ho gaya hai. You're lazy if you're sleeping. This is not correct. Anytime you feel sleepy, it means body is trying to heal more and you need more healing because maybe you're thinking more. Maybe you are.
Anji, नहीं मैं सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट मैं पूछना सीखा कि should it be a continuous 12 hours sleep या intervals भी ਆਪਾਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ like 8 + 4 ਜਾਂ
So say again, somebody was talking here. Angad, repeat your question.
Now my question is, it should be a continuous sleep for 12 hours or can we have it like, can we sleep for in 2 intervals? Can we
Beautiful,
complete this?
beautiful question, and the concern also is felt here by Yadvinder about your sleep being continuous and you not coming to office. But I'll explain. So on weekends or your holiday, try to make it continuous. Okay. And how you like sunlight. Actually, body is amazing. Body is kind of a storage. It stores when it has more and it uses when it doesn't have. So you have elections coming up, you have whatever emergency, family um wedding coming up, there is something that you will be have to sleep less. Okay, no problem. Sleep more now in preparation. Take sunlight more now. Take more fruits now. So what happens today, whatever we are a result of our reserves. That's all. Nothing else. What you did yesterday, up to yesterday, you are getting the fruit today. What you will do today, you'll get the fruit tomorrow. So this is not I ate the food today, hence I have energy today. No. What you did up to yesterday is what? Today I'm using my energy to digest the food. Before it gives me energy, the food takes energy from me. Then if food gives me more energy, then let me take more aloo paratha, more samosa, more, kulche, chole. Let me eat more if I'm getting more energy. But if I take more, I feel sleepy. Why? Because I need to digest it first, and body is taking the digestive energy from my reserves, bank khata. So savings account. So make a savings account for the sleep, make a savings account for the, make a savings account for your sunlight, make a savings account for your, like experiences in nature. As much as you can, go now. Okay, you have to travel, you have to go for this job interview and all these things you have, but you know when you have to do it. When do you have to do it? After 1 month, after 1 week. So next 1 week, let's build the bank account, the savings account. Then only you can spend it. If you're always going in credit, then credit the ki halega, right? One day you're going to go bankrupt. And bankruptcy is what is? It's not disease. Remember, till the last moment, you're going to get a fever. My grandfather was 94 when he died, and he was getting a fever at that point also. So body keeps, and fever is the most healing process that body can initiate, but it will only initiate it when it has the bank account balance for it. It won't initiate when you don't have any reserves. Why? Because fever is a cleaning process. Why will you clean when you don't have energy? You'll just try and sleep, no? I mean, if you go home and your wife says, come on, let's do spring cleaning for Diwali. If you have not energy and you have to go to work the next day, you'll say, not today. Maybe weekend, maybe next weekend, right? Same for healing. If you are getting cough and cold, in the nature cure circles, we give congratulations. We say, wow, all the best. That's wonderful. You have fever. So we actually congratulate each other because it doesn't happen normally. Unless you overwork and you're really doing takka, then body goes into emergency fever, emergency fighting. But the real fever, when it comes, it's the most important time to sleep, because only and only Healing happens when we sleep. Because if you're eating more, body will digest more. If you're thinking more, body will think more. If you are working more, body will use that same energy. Because remember, it's an extra energy push. Energy वधी हुई है उस time. क्योंकि savings account हैगा. So you will feel very energetic also. In between the healing crisis, you might have more energy, either in the beginning or towards the end. How? If you are sleeping more, you will have more energy. But that is not the time to eat chole bhature. It's the time to eat fruits. Because fruits take less energy to digest. So again, you have savings account is filled up. You do more sunbathing, more nature connection. Again, savings account will fill up more, fill up more, fill up more, fill up more. Then when you know if you have enough money, you know I'm not going to go pukhananga, right? Same for the body. If you know you have enough reserves, you're okay with that 1 day of extra work, 2 days, you know my body will catch up. I will cover up. I will take care. So, health and disease, pain and joy, growth and decay and death, roots and shoots. What else? Day and night. The opposite directions are there, but it's the one, it's both, we have to hold it. लगता है ना कि pain था, it's taking me away from life and joy, but it's messenger. It is helping us change the course of direction. You actually went off direction, you won't reach Mani Matra, na? It's same, exactly same, right? So night sleep is the most healing sleep. 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. Try to take this every day as a reserve. We are building reserves. 9 p.m., 9:30. But you have lost the main hours the liver is working. You have to balance the work. So you have to balance the work with a lifestyle. If the work is long hours on 2 days, but 5 days you are balancing by 9:30 p.m., then it will be okay. But if 2 days you are able to sleep at 9 and 5 days at 12 to 3, then you will have bankruptcy one day, right? So the next thing that I want to talk about, and I'll take questions if you have any questions. A lot of questions. Go ahead. Now I want to share that how we can create more momentum for ourselves. There'll be a recording, huh? So I'm trying to say as loud as I can so you can hear wherever you are. So, have you ever kept a secret? Bring a notepad, and I'm giving you a notepad and we're going to write, okay? So bring a notepad. So the first question is, have you ever kept a secret? Punjabi ch likh sakde ho. You can write in Tamil, any language that you are watching it and you feel comfortable. Next question, how long did you keep the secret? Je tonu kisi ne kiya bhi secret rakho, were you able to keep it? 1. And second, how long? I mean, in your work, I'm sure you have to. Imagine in your work, so you have to keep a secret, right? So this is very relevant for you. How long did you keep it? लिख लिया? The next question is, have you ever shared the secret that somebody else asked you to keep? Huh? They were check करने बाद
yes no लिख रहे हैं
The next question is, Angad, is how did you feel when you told somebody else's secret agge dasdi, which you were told bhi nahi dasna?
Pardon?
Okay. The fourth question is, how did you feel ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ secret ਅੱਗੇ ਦੱਸਦੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਲੱਗਿਆ? ਬਸ ਇੰਨਾ So Angad, please write. कोई नहीं, again next is coming. Angad, have you written how
Yes, sir. I have written. Like when we disclose the same to somebody else.
ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੱਸਣੀ ਸੀਗੀ and you've
हाँ
told.
जी, हाँ जी.
And how did you feel when you did it? ठीक है? When you
जी,
have to
right.
tell me how you felt. Tell me how you felt. That's what I am trying to share, the next topic.
Ma'am, I always have that fear कि what if he gets to know that I've told.
What does the fear, how does the fear feel?
I'm like, then I have to trust the other guy, na, whom I've told.
But then you're always in the fear of him telling, है ना? So how
Yes,
does it feel in your body? Fear the feeling की भी है body.
Sometimes I regret actually that I shouldn't have told to somebody else. Should have kept to within myself only.
ਤੁਸੀਂ how did ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਲੱਗਿਆ when you told somebody else's? You felt bad, huh? Now I am connecting. Yeah.
और अल्टीमेटली टाइम हो जाता किसी खबर में तो मैं बस कितना या सोच सी सोच नहीं ना कभी और लेट भी करते हैं.
Did you hear that, Angad? Was it audible?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am, not audible.
Because the mic was not there. No worries. So again, the feeling that you had when you told someone that you should not use mobiles during a class, and then somebody's using, then how do you feel? The same feeling is when you have to hold a secret and you tell it away. You don't feel good, Hana?
Yes.
Now I want to talk about how you can use this quality of holding a secret in your own life. Whatever practices we are doing, there are secrets. Something new we started. Why? Because it needs energy to get started. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਹੀ ਦੱਸਤਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀਕ੍ਰੇਟ ਰੱਖੋ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਤੀ, ਉਹਨੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀਕ੍ਰੇਟ ਰੱਖੋ? ਕਿਉਂਕਿ for some time she needed the energy to be contained. As you said, the source of the news. For some time, you cannot disclose, right? For some time, secrets cannot be disclosed. Why? Because they are not ready. ਜਿਹੜੇ fruits ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਹਲੇ ripe ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣੇ. ਕਿਉਂ? Because it takes time. With news, you know, okay, once it's published, it's ripe, right? With humans, once we are ready with our energy, which has been concentrated and become more mature, you know, and become more distilled, filtered, ਉਦੋਂ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਦੱਸੋ, you know, then it becomes medicine, because it has come out of, it's come into tune. ਕਿਵੇਂ? You started something new. Like, let's say you have 5 friends. You can have 50 friends, but you're sitting with 5 friends. And you tell the 5 friends, today I am going to start a new business. What is your new business? I'm going to sell green juice, alkaline drink. Okay? And they'll say, what is this? You're crazy or something? Your family business, you are making car tires, very big Dunlop business. What are you doing green juice? So anything new, which is unfamiliar for others, it's the same thing. You say, I'm going to stop drinking tea and I'm going to start drinking green juice. Even a habit. It's my personal life, but people make my personal life their personal life. They'll say, what? That means you're going to stop me from drinking tea one day. No. You can't stop drinking tea. Why? You can't stop eating samosa, because then you'll look at me and I'll feel guilty. So you also drink alcohol with me. I'll also have 2 peg. You also have 2 peg, because I don't want to feel guilty. That is the problem with secrets getting out before they are mature. Got it? Why? Because you will not feel good at the end. And which is the way that your body can build up the energy, the momentum to make a change in the sleep reserves, in the sun reserves, saving account of energy with fruits. How? With no Instagram at night, no phone before sleeping, 1 hour switching off the phone. What life are you leading? You are getting bored. Come on Instagram, Angad, Jot. Tu ki kar rahe hain? Your friends will pull you back into the mendak wala kuan. So what do we have to do to get out of the kuan? Apni strategy kisse nu nahi dasni. Don't talk about your new change that you're doing. I am sharing this that you have to keep it a secret. Why? Because you know, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਕੁएं ਤੋਂ ਨਿਕਲਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਿਕਲਣ ਦੇਣਗੇ? संगत को संगत चाहिए, और water attracts water. They want you. You see, you are paying the bills of their parties. You are paying the, you know, you are making them feel okay because they are also sleeping at 3 a.m. Hana? If now you start, your skin is shining, you are losing weight if you are overweight, or gaining weight if you're underweight, your constipation is gone, your, you know, energy is so good. They're like, are you taking some drugs? And they want to know which drugs you're on, because they want the same energy. So at that time, hold the secret of your reserves, because that, it's like pregnancy. ਜਦੋਂ first 3 months ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, we are not supposed to tell that we are pregnant, because we don't know if the child will survive or not. ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਦਾ ਵੀ pregnant ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ miscarriage ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਜਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ, ਦੱਸੋ ਹੀ ਨਾ, 3 महीने, do you remember? So when we don't disclose pregnancy for 3 months, let's not disclose our practices, which is connecting to nature. Like, ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਪੇੜਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ, ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਸ਼ੁਦਾਈ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਫੜਾਓ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ. People actually take people to mental hospital. I know my friends who have been taken. They were talking to trees. In France it happened, but it's the same thing. They were talking to plants because the family could not understand. Lived experience I'm sharing. My family wanted to take me to Rajasthan Mata Chad Karana Simira, you know. Why? Because I was talking to plants. That is the only thing. I was leaving my CA for growing food, teaching people how to grow food and how to live healthy. She's crazy. You know? Matlab, why will you leave such a not billionaire, but whatever, such a big career and come and grow? Are you crazy? And then you change your name, you're double crazy, you know, according to my grandfather. So they thought they have to take me to the somewhere to get Jadoo Tona removed. They thought I have got Jadoo Tona. Really, I'm telling my story. I too got saved, Hana. But because I didn't go somehow, but the thing is that we need to, and that's what I have learned from my own life, because this is your strength. Whatever is your strength, the roots, remember, the same tree, that's your weakness. Somebody can chop off the tree because they can see the tree. They can't see the roots. They can't cut your roots. So that's your strength. Same. They can't see your practices, so they can't come and question. But if they can see what you're doing and you talk about it, then they'll question, they'll make fun. Are you understanding? The Sangat that is not doing the same practices, that will make fun. If people are doing similar practices, they'll understand, chalo, jaag gaya, hai na? This person is also awakened to this reality of nature. You know that we are one, that you can talk to tree and the tree will talk. The tree spoke to me today, what I am sharing about the seed meditation, which you didn't connect to. But this thing that the roots and the tree, can you imagine that there's an opposite movement, yet both opposite movement the load hai. This came to me today while I was lying under the tree where you take that spinal bath. This tree spoke to me, I'm telling you. And you will also hear like this. Seriously. It comes. You are laughing. It will happen. There is one, okay, 5 elements we are born of. 5 elements we have. So if the majority of the 5 elements are outside us, can't the cells communicate with those 5 elements? The same up, we are just one, you know, iota, chota ja, we are a little small part of these 5 elements, but the big part is in the trees and the sky and the wind and the sun, hai na? So the finger, last session we talked about this. Imagine I lose half my finger. How will I feel? Lost, hai na? These days you have that possibility to stitch the finger back. How will my finger feel and my hand feel when the finger meets the half finger meets the rest of the half? I'll feel whole. Imagine the hand. The hand is gone and somebody stitches the hand back. I'll suddenly feel so happy, right? Now the same, when we go, we are just a small part of the big body, the earth body, the body which is the whole of the sky, right? The trees. And this body, when I'm just a small finger. When I go and connect to this big body, the hand, the body, the earth, onu acha lagega ki minnu acha lagega? Both. Earth will enjoy, earth body will enjoy, chalo, e pura, e mere naal jud gaya. I am now whole. And I will enjoy the bigger body. I am not now just that small finger. Get it? This is how you feel when you are, with your friends also. You feel like, yeah, nice, I have my circle, I have my family. The same you will feel with nature, with connection with the tree, with the birds, with the flowers. है ना? So the importance of holding secrets, the importance of understanding pain and joy, health and disease are one. Right? So the importance of sleep. And now the last topic for today, which I've already in a way covered, but I'll share it properly, is the rhythm of life outside us governs the rhythm of life within us. You agree? Disagree? Then why you're sleeping 11 p.m. and 2 a.m.? The rhythm outside is saying 7 p.m. is darkness in winters. Can you hear me okay? It's okay? Okay. In 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. in winters is darkness. What time we sleep in winters? 11 a.m. Yeah, go ahead, Angad.
Ma'am, so that means we should sleep more in the winters and less in the summers.
Yes,
And like there are few,
you got it. Yes, this
and
is
there
the
are
statement.
there are few countries like in you're talking about England in the summers, the sun sets around 10 p.m. in the
Yes,
night. So that means the less sleep. It
yes,
says like
yes, exactly. Because they have spent so long with
so we
6.
have to be according to the nature only.
Yes,
That's what you.
yes,
Okay, okay,
Angad,
okay.
amazing. You have got it. So let me share about this rhythm. The name is called circadian rhythm. Sarka and Dia. Dia is day, Sarka is around the day. Day means 24 hours, right? So 24 hours of the day can be divided by the rhythm of Earth moving around the sun on its axis. And this happens to divide the day into darkness and light. And that darkness and light determined our life for thousands of years. ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਥਾਮਸ ਐਡੀਸਨ ਨੇ ਬਲਬ ਬਣਾਤਾ ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਸ਼ੂਰਵੀਰ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਆਂ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਰਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਗ ਸਕਦੇ। But actually, as soon as it's dark outside, you should not use artificial light, and you should try as much as you can. Remember, we are building the reserves. Emergency, theek hai, you have to stay up at 2 a.m., 1 a.m. You have to cover the the story. You have to be there for the wedding. You have to be there for the function. That's okay. That's your emergency reserve. Kam aayega. But first, build the reserves. And that can only be done with the circadian rhythm connecting to our biorhythm. And it is connected. Jadon tikkar, the pineal gland, in between the forehead on the temple, doesn't get the first sun ray. Any time you wake up, 10 a.m. also go out as soon as you can. Get it here. When you get the light here, the body activates the day hormone, serotonin. And if the day hormone is activated at 9 a.m., then exactly 12 hours after that 9 a.m., by 9 p.m., you'll start getting the sleep signal, which is the melatonin hormone. 12 hours, body is exact. Tusi karke dekho. 8 a.m., 8 p.m., 7 a.m., 7 p.m., 6 a.m., 6 p.m., 5 a.m., 5 p.m. You'll start getting. And that is the time you need to rest. If it's a very long day, like people get up at 5 a.m. in the morning in summers, 4 a.m., Hana? And I'm sure we all will also one day join them. And when we are getting up that early, take around 4, around 5, you came back from work, take a small nap. this is to answer that question of yours, ki continuous 12 hours or break it down. So you can break it down. How? Whenever you get time, sleep. And people tell me, and I have experienced it, I really experienced it. The more you sleep, the more you want to sleep. Because you need that, because you don't have the reserves. Body knows, "Hun eta lamba late gaya, hune no nahi uthan dena." Because at rest of the time, to see baz nahi aande body de. When you are sleeping, body is like, khicho, kive khicho, headache. So some people tell me, I to don't take an afternoon nap. If I take afternoon nap, I get headaches. Darling, you get headache because your body is trying to stop you from getting up, because at the time you were sleeping, body started cleaning. And if you're cleaning something, it comes out when you're brooming, cupboard you're cleaning, once you have to put everything on the floor. So does it look good or does it look bad? It looks bad. Same for the toxins. When they come out from the cells, jithe ho chupe hoye si, body takes them out. What is the highway in the body? Only highway is the blood. And in the blood, if the ganda things come out, the toxins come out, then what will that blood do to the rest of the organs? Oh, that is circulating in your brain, circulating in your heart. It will irritate your brain, no? So you will get the headache. You will get itchiness, skin, itchiness. So at that time, when you're prepared, because you know what is the detox symptom, which I'm going to tell you today as well, then you won't get shocked. You won't feel that it is something unhealthy that's happened. I was only sleeping more. Now my body is so tired and I want to sleep even more. So detox symptoms are very important to be aware of. Tanki, you're not caught off guard. So detox symptoms happen only when you are tired or when you are energetic. Now, this is the question. And I'll send you the reading notes. Have you printed anything? Any of your reading material? So I'll send you reading notes for first 2 weeks also that you have missed, and reading notes on circadian rhythm, on role of sleep, on sleep, the ways to increase our sleep naturally and make it more deep, and the role of fruits. You'll get all these notes this week along with the notes that you have missed. And the question that I just asked you was, I'm asking that question again. I asked you a question right now, na? What was the question? Are you here? Are you present? What was the question, Angad?
Pardon, ma'am?
Can you hear me, Angad?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
मेरा क्वेश्चन सीगा हुने कि बॉडी टॉक्सिन्स रिमूव करेगी जदों टायर्ड है कि जदों एनर्जेटिक है?
जो energetic है.
Very good. Correct answer. So when body has extra reserves, will do the extra work. And what is the extra work? See, on a day-to-day basis, you will get your work done, your digestion, your thinking, your all elimination on a day-to-day basis. But whatever is kalda, parsonda, whatever is of last week that you ate that burger and was not fully digested, and then you ate another lunch, which was more important to be digested than the morning burger, body left the burger and started digesting the afternoon meal. So what happened to that burger? It was left in the stomach and it started fermenting. And body did not have the time, so it kept it on the side. And it made, with the fermentation, just 1 second. Sorry for that. So body will remove toxins only when it has more energy. And extra work ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਦੋਂ ਹੀ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਨਾ. If I come and tell you, please help me in this, I need to launch a podcast. You already have such a busy time. Will you help me, Angad? Then no, just help me along with your work that you're already doing with your work. Will you help? No. But on Christmas holiday, yeah, Diwali holiday, when you have 5 extra days, you'll say, Chalo, Moonstar, if you need some help, I can give you 2 hours, 3 hours. Hai na? Same for the body. When you have some extra energy because you went on a holiday, you rested, you relaxed. Many people, when they come back from a holiday, they come back and have fever. Why? Think about it.
Lack of rest and more energy utilized.
But you went on a holiday and you rested. See, this is interesting. I'll share. When you rest, when you have less work to do, what does the body do? Build up the reserves. Sleep reserves वध गए, bank account वध गया. Are you here? Bank account वध गया, sun लिता. हमेशा you'll see foreigners especially. ਆਪਾਂ ਵੀ ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਠੰਡੀ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੋਂ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ, we'll definitely have sunbathing. है ना? But ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ, we are used to sun here, so we don't go for sunbathing. We don't think much of the sun in India because we get so much of it. Especially summers, it's very harsh. But when people who are in colder countries, the first thing they do is they remove their clothes. I used to be shocked, in the park during work times, people will go, they'll go out 1 hour lunch break. My colleagues, they'll shed their clothes in the bikini and they'll be taking their sun because they don't have sun for out of 12 months, 10 months of the year, they don't have sunlight. So their body has told them that you need as much surface area, right? But in India, we get a lot of it. But sadly, because we have so much of it, we don't take it fully because only bare skin, it can connect and heal us and build the sun reserves. Bare skin is only the face, that also we keep putting sunscreen. Bare skin is only hands, that also in winters we'll put it in our pockets, है ना? तो bare skin तो रहा ही नहीं, right? So, but in the morning in summers, we can take bare skin, and in winters, whenever we have to take for healing, we have to take bare skin. We have to remove as much as possible. But when it's very, very hot, है ना? But ठीक है, skin, legs हो गया, feet हो गया, arms हो गया. It's very cold, you can't do more. It's okay. But what I'm trying to share is when foreigners, Westerners go, they do sunbathing, they rest. When we go, we also rest. But with all this, what does the body do? It builds the bank account, the savings account, which पैसा आ गया. केड़ा पैसा? Energy da पैसा. Sleep ज़्यादा कीता, तुसी holiday जाके थोड़ी ना कम करोगे. You'll sleep. Phone थोड़ी ना देखोगे. Hopefully नहीं देखोगे, but I don't know your work. But most people go on holiday to relax, right? That's what I would do. And then because you relaxed, your body has now time and energy and money to spend on something. What will it spend on? It will know what to do. When you say, yeah, I have this, my skin is discolored. Why my body is not healing this bank account ਇਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਖਰਚਾ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਭਾਈ maybe you have a heart blockage, maybe you have a stone in the kidney, maybe you have something damaged in your pancreas. Body knows, you don't know. Zahir nahi hoya na hale. Angad, only the blood tests are a picture, are an image. They are not the film. The body is a dynamic film. At any moment, blood pressure, cholesterol, temperature, sugar, these are the thermostats of the body. The body, like an AC thermostat, vadda katta aega, है ना? Body has its own thermostats. These are not problems कि blood pressure is a problem. It's a way to clean the blood vessel, to increase the pressure, to clean it. If you are doing it naturally through earthing, barefoot walking is the best way to lower your blood pressure. And blood pressure low ho gaya, to half of the problems are solved because blood is thinner, it's not thick, right? And our body can do this. How? When it has energy. And so instead of you saying, why my back problem is not getting okay, my knee pain is not, maybe your inner lining of your large intestine is damaged with ulcers. We don't even know because in the test it doesn't come. क्योंकि your doctor will sometimes say ये तो आपके दिमाग का ही रोग है, बॉडी में तो कुछ आया नहीं, ब्लड टेस्ट तो नॉर्मल है. And you will also become a bit careless. मेरे blood test okay है, I'm okay. But body knew, it was telling you, it is not okay. There is something wrong. Yadvinder, there's something wrong. Angad, please change the direction. Otherwise, we will crash. So if you don't lower the speed of your car, when something is coming in the way, you will crash, right? You change because you've known the driving rules. Same for the body, the living rules. So trusting that when the body has reserves, it will clean, it will heal. ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਫਿਕਰ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਕਿ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਕੈਲਪ ਤੇ ਬਾਲ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹੇ ਜਾਂ ਮੇਰੇ हेयर ग्रे हो रहे हैं. ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਫਿਕਰ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ, ਮੇਰੀ ਬੋਡੀ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਮੇਰੀ ਨੀ ਪੇਨ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਕਿਡਨੀ, ਮੇਰੀ gall bladder, मेरी intestines, मेरा heart, मेरे lungs. These are the primary organs. You'll see you'll never get a cancer in heart. Body will only store, and cancer is toxins that were not removed and stored. है ना? And body will always do it in a secondary organ. So the biggest gift that I want to share is of trust in the body, trust in life, and holding all opposites, because growth cannot happen without death, without decay. In the body, maturity, we are aging. Okay, so does that mean we stopped growing? No, even right now you're looking at me, your eyes are growing new cells. You can't even see that the new cells are growing, but they're happening. Does that mean you stopped maturing and aging? No, you are still aging. See, the two opposite directions are happening, like the roots and the tree trunk. So this is really, really what always pain will come. Pain is a indicator, a messenger. Message ki हैगा? Change the course of direction. Nita, you will crash. When if somebody, I've heard, कुछ भी नहीं पता चल रहा, heart attack हो गया तो चले गए, पता ही नहीं चल रहा. I always start doing case history. You've seen my form. But do a case history. You will see from the age of 7, 10, 17, what all indications were being given by the body. You know, such a big form I have. If you start asking, and you have to fill your form, and it's incomplete. If you start asking the questions, you will see in your, oh, that fever happened, that cold happened, I took the medicine. फिर की होया सीगा? फिर मैं ओ वाला ओ मैनू फाइब्रॉइड होया सी ओ सीगा ओ मैं रिमूव करा लिया स्टोन ओ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਅਪੈਂਡਿਕਸ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੱਢ ਹੀ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜੀ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੁਣ ਪਤਾ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਉਹਦੀ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਹਾਂਜੀ see whole was created and sent because hole was needed. If kitchen is dirty, ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਾਂਗੇ ਕਿਚਨ ਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਬੰਦ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਢਾ ਦਿਓ, ਕਿਚਨ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਗੰਦੀ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਹੁਣ। ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿਚਨ ਸਾਫ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ। If the kitchen is dirty, we clean it. We don't say just remove the kitchen from the house. So what happens if there's an organ which has an issue like gallbladder, appendix, tonsils? In the medical system, they say remove it, it will be okay. Okay, in an emergency situation, you remove it also. But if you remove it and not remove the lifestyle problems that were causing that problem, lifestyle habits like sleeping at 3 a.m., always suppressing the pain through addictions, through addiction to social media, substances, shopping, always talking, always asking, always speaking fast is also a way to avoid the slow that is going on inside and telling us something. क्योंकि जे खड़े होवांगे ताई सुनेगा ना. If you don't pause, you won't get that tree talking to you. The tree will talk to you when you, like you are interviewing somebody. You keep talking, will you hear them? No. Same for the communication from this nature body that we are part of. Okay. So so we are going to connect our body to earth and connect all parts of our body to make that whole. Also all parts of emotions. Also, we're going to understand that we did last week, the 5-fold food that we did last week that you missed. So the food that we have to eat and the rhythm at which we have to eat is governed by nature. क्यों? कुदरत विच कदे रोटियां सीगियां पेड़ां ते लगियां होइयां, रोटियां लगदियां पेड़ां ते, की लगदे आ पेड़ ते, fruit लगदे आ. What was the nature trying to tell us is our natural food, is that which it is packaging and giving, sun cooking, sun baking, right? What are we doing? We are taking this much area, like even beyond my arms, and making it into one chapati. We're taking the seeds of these many plants and making it into 2 chapatis and eating immediately. But for nature, this much seed was packaged with a lot of fiber, but we removed seeds and only threw the fiber away. So 5-fold food we did last week is 5 things that represent the 5 elements that should be there in our food. And the rhythm should be the circadian rhythm, kive khana hai. So both these things I'm sharing now and closing. 5-fold food starts with water. Pani, not dal lelo te dal ch pani pande ro. Take the dal and keep adding water. No, the natural water that comes from the roots. Which is the natural water in food? Which food has natural water? Maggie? Fruits, right? Tomato.
Watermelon.
Watermelon, mango, orange, guava, papaya, banana. It has less water, but it has. First thing that we need is natural water for natural movement of the food in the food pipe through the body. First thing, water. Second, fiber. Natural fiber. Which is the food that has natural fiber? So let's say paneer. Does it have fiber? Lassi, does it have fiber? Why is alcohol, why is coffee, why is tea not good? Milk has no fiber. So oil has no fiber. Oil, what we did, we took a whole food, we removed its part, fiber, and we just created that one part which is oil and said this is your food. But in fivefold food, we understand these 5 things: water, fiber, the food should be whole. I'll just do 2 examples of whole food. And the 4th is it should be plant-based. And the 5th is it should be raw. It should not be dense. And if it's raw, it has more energy. What do I mean by dense? Dense matlab oil. If I ask you how many grams of peanuts make 10 ml of peanut oil? Can you tell me? No. Take a guess. How many cups? 1 cup, 2 cup, half cup? Because I told you last week. So 2.5 cups, 2.5 cups of peanuts, sesame, ground, any oil, olives, make 1 spoon. So you can take a walk. Like Viha, you also go. So you can also watch the recording. So the 5 things that we put in food for our fivefold food are water, fiber. It should be whole, not part. Hun whole ki hega te part ki hega. Mainu whole foods the example do. Foods that are whole. Is coconut whole? Nariyal? Angad? Coconut, is it whole? No. You are just playing. So you, Angad, is coconut whole?
I think yes.
Yeah, enna nahi sochida. So is coconut oil whole? Coconut milk, is it whole? Coconut milk. Where did the fiber go? Oil. Is tea whole? Cha. Coffee, is it whole? Where did the fiber of the coffee beans, tea leaves go? So it's not whole. If you are taking something that's not whole, it will take longer time to digest. That's all. Hai na? So the
Examples of
whole foods, all fruits without the juice. If we remove the fiber and take the juice of the fruits, then it's not whole. If we take the fruit whole, then it's whole. Apple, the juice is not whole. Apple is whole. Second thing that we always add in our tea, which is not whole. You are very smart, so you should know this. Every day we add it in kheer, in
milk,
one more ingredient.
sugar.
Yes. So is sugar whole? Kitho aayi hai? Why? गन्ना गन्ना किन्ने गन्ने तो एक चम्मच चीनी बनी दसो मैनू आज टीचर जी बनी हाँ मैं गैस ता करो 2-3 गन्नियां तो बनी है 1 चम्मच so go, this is your homework, do research. ਆਪਾਂ 2-3 गन्ने कितनी देर चूपते हैं? How much time do we take for 2-3 sugar canes to eat? And how much time we take 1 spoon of sugar in 1 cup of tea to take? 2-3 minutes. In kheer, in custard. Can the body digest? For the liver, liver has not known sugar. Liver has known ganna, sugar cane, for millions of years. So liver is confused when you put sugar because, or alcohol or tea or coffee, because of density. There's no problem with sugar cane, but when you remove all the fiber and this much sugar cane, you just remove, put it just this much, the body, liver thinks I have to digest this one. That's the only problem. Tea leaves are not bad. Coffee beans are not bad. Alcohol made from wheat, barley, whiskey is not bad if taken with the fiber, or if taken very, very less, you know. Wine is from grapes. Fermenting, that's okay. But you have taken these many grapes, oda enna jo banata hai. right? So ਹੁਣ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਦੇਰ ਚ ਲੈ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ? Either sit with your coffee and drink it or juice in half an hour, 40 minutes. Then they'll say, nothing happened, you didn't get the high. That's when all the, in childhood, in school, we used to say, gut, 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 you have to drink, no, to get the high. So body cannot assimilate it quickly. It comes in the blood and blood becomes toxic. And then you get the dizziness, the confusion. If you mix your drink or your coffee or your juice with a lot of vegetables and fruits when you're having it, you will not get that rush. Then you'll say, then why am I even having it? Because you won't get the feeling. Because of the less toxicity, less density. And what is the fourth point? Plant-based.
Plant-based.
Animal-based jada khana hai, that's more complex. Why? This point is very interesting. This point is very interesting. Why is animal-based food more complex than plant-based food? Khargosh ne khada ka. The rabbit, it ate the grass. Then who ate the rabbit? The tiger. And who ate the tiger? Normally we don't eat, but if you had to eat the tiger, what would you have to do? Have you seen the tiger or the lion when they eat a deer? एक बारी वो खा लेंदे है ना, the deer walks around them. They take 2, 3, 4 days to digest. They're just sleeping. No deer is scared anymore because they know this person cannot get up. This animal is now out of service for 2, 3, 4 days because it's so dense. Why? Because they have to first break down the rabbit, then he has to break down the plant material, then only he'll get the sunlight, the air, the 5 elements from the food. Na? So if you're taking paneer, paneer was eaten, first paneer banya, onu ferment kita. Paneer to pehla, what was it? In the cow was the milk. Milk the cow took from the grass. So what do we have to break down? First we have to break down the fermentation milk. Then we have to break down the grass. So it's 2 steps. And if paneer has been cooked, then it's the 3rd step. Cook karta. Then vegetables, ode o sariyan patiyan complex banata. Ya to whole hunda ikko hi cheese khande at a time mono. Hai na? It's still easier to digest. So 4 steps we got. Now another example, sprouts. Sprouts, are they plant-based? Yes. Do they have water? Enough water as tomato? No. So let's give it half a point. What about fiber? Does sprout have fiber or does palak have fiber? Only plants have more fiber than fruits, and sprouts are the seeds. So they don't have so much fiber. Then is it plant-based? So it's easier to digest. Only 1 step. Yes, 1 whole point. And is it dense? Yes, to see any sari rajma kive hunda paida. Rajma has a pod, and in the pod we have the seeds. What do? We throw the pod and we wait for it to mature. We eat the rajma. Rajma is not heavy if we take it with the fiber of the cover when it's still soft, jadon hale tender hunda. So the 5-fold food is a way to understand how the food is easier to digest or difficult to digest. Huh? And the last point is about circadian rhythm, how the circadian rhythm governs us. 4 a.m. in the morning to 12 p.m. in the afternoon is the time for elimination. Why? Because body rested the whole night. Appa cover kita, only in rest body cleans, right? Correct? Correct? So 4 a.m. to 12 p.m. is the cleaning time. And what are the cleaning foods? Jede help karde in the cleaning?
Fiber.
Yes, 5-fold foods. So what food has all these 5 points? Water, fiber, plant-based, whole, less dense, raw. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds. These are the main foods that we can eat in the morning. Seeds less, fruits more. क्योंकि seeds less क्यों है ये यादविंदर? Huh? Fiber cut, very nice. You're paying attention. What else? It is more dense. उधर सारा plant material था सुटता. So you said now we put all these things and we make into a complex khichdi. So avoid the seeds in the day. Have it more with the plant fiber in the meal. Morning which only fruits. 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. What is the time the body does the best? What is the temperature? Normally even sardiyan which outside from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Is it hot or is it cold?
Hot.
Winter also 12 p.m. morning 12 baj gaye, it's hot. So when it's hot outside, the temperature of the body also rises. And to eat food and digest food, what do we need? Rise in temperature. Na? Body burns the food up, right? It needs energy, but it has to raise that temperature to digest the food. So जब बाहर गर्मी है तो अंदर easily digest हो जाएगा क्योंकि cut temperature rise करना पड़ेगा, right? Hence in winters we eat more garam चीज़ां क्योंकि we need the गर्मी, right? So the idea is 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. should be your meal time as with the circadian rhythm. And 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. you should go to sleep. And this is only 8 hours. I was saying 12 hours. The rest of the 4 hours in the afternoon you should rest, or 2 hours afternoon. And then weekend you can do longer. Correct? So the circadian rhythm notes I'll send you. Roll of fruits I'll send you. And the last thing that we are going to started late, we have to finish late. So the last thing that I'm going to share today is about journaling that you're already doing, but we have to as a group start. We'll write 5 things every day. I'll send you the notes for that. And that is to increase our awareness. Apa Shruch, we spoke about clarity and confusion. How pain comes from confusion, from lack of, connection also. Hana? When we are not connected to the teacher, when we are not connected to ourselves, we get a lot of pain and we are not able to be clear. So what we can do is to write this journal. I'll send you the handout. Okay? So drop me your email address so that in the chat box, so I'll note down your phone number. And I'm sending you so that is all for this week. And I'll send you the notes and see you on Wednesday at 6 p.m. for 1 hour session. And the next week is holiday. So there's no session on 23rd, that whole week. So we'll meet the week after Sunday. Okay. So thank you for joining. Bye.